Welcome to my channel. This is chillmiller. This is Runescape EOC live game, whatever. This is also free to play, as you can tell by 5 summoning, and the fact that nobody's wearing anything members. Okay, so what this video is going to be about is I'm going to go into discussion on a little bit of EOC versus 07scape and my opinion on it. And I'm going to show you how to flip a couple items in free-to-play to make a little bit of money. If you're stuck in free-to-play, if you just came back to RuneScape, you want to make a little bit of money before you go members, you want to see what the game's like, whatever. This shows you how to make a little bit of money. Now I'm starting with 800k or 8 mil. 800k, 8000k or 8 mil. But you can start this with anything. A lot of these items are really cheap. Just the less you have, the less you're going to make off of each flip. Okay, so we're going to go to the Grand Exchange. And as you can see, we're going to do import routes. And you see I'm already starting to buy some. The first video I did, I started to record this, it got a little screwed up. So we're going to go buy, and we're going to find the floor and the roof, or ceiling, of the import routes. And we're just gonna plop in a big price. I'm pretty sure it's like just over a K of their price. And what do we get? Yeah, it is 1026. So after that, you got your roof price there, or your ceiling price. Now to find out the floor price, which as you can tell from there is going to be around 900k. But what you do is 900 GP. So what you do is you put in sell, you drop the price, and you hit sell, and it's going to insta-sell. And you've got your price. Actually, I think I just sold one to myself. Okay. Now, while that's doing that, okay, I bought 8,000 of. Now, you can do this with as little money as you have. Just make sure you have enough to buy quite a few of them. I mean, at least 100 would be ideal. And you just start making money from there. And the more money you make every time, you can do more and more and more and more. Now, if you were just looking at my chat real quick, you would see that a large amount of them just came in, I believe. Yeah, almost 1,000 of them just came in. There's other items you can flip in F2P, and that's pretty much anything. Anything can be flipped. It's just a question of, is the flip worth it? Now, for me personally, I like to flip items that have a good range. And what that range is, it depends on the price of the item. If it's a relatively cheap item like runes, because you can buy so many of them, I think it's 25k of them every 4 hours. If you could buy 25k of them every 4 hours, then 5 GP range in there is perfect. It's great. You can't really ask for much. Runes are kind of in the fucking toilet. And right there you're doing quantity. Quantity. I almost said quality. You're doing quantity on those runes. Other items like these import routes, if it's around 1,000 GP per, then you're gonna want a range of at least 50 GP. And that's from your floor to your ceiling price. Now you're going to want to add a little bit to each one. You're going to want to add a little bit to your floor price and subtract a little bit from your ceiling price. That guarantees you will buy and sell them. You will never get stuck with items and lose a bunch of money. You probably will just only lose your profit. So anything under 1,000 GP, a 20 GP margin is great. Around 1,000 GP, 50 GP market is great. The more the better, of course. And as you go up to, let's say, 10,000 GP, you're going to want to get 100 GP at least in difference. Anything less than that, and it's almost really not worth your time. And it's just going to keep going all the way up. Now, on GE limits, I've said it a couple times. As you can see, this person right there is wearing that Gothic armor. That person, just a couple people here wearing trimmed armor. Trimmed armor treasure trail items, you can only buy like one of those every 4 hours. And on items you can only buy one of every certain time. there's a way you can still flip those and still make money, but it takes a lot longer. With that, all that said, and while we're waiting for these luscious limpwort roots to come in, which I've kind of hit a snag on, while we're waiting for these luscious limpworts to come in, we will sit here, and I will not move my camera too much because all these noobs are kind of lagging me out, which is kind of pathetic. I will talk about my feeling on EOC and RuneScape Classic, not Classic, old school RuneScape, RuneScape 2K7, 07 RS, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now as you can see, I'm playing on EOC, and for me, in my current time right now, EOC is where I want to be. Now there are things I do not like about EOC, mainly this tab right here. Now the debate's out on that. People call it real world trading. What it is, it's microtransactions, and there's a difference there. It's not a very big one. It's tomato. But to be honest, Jagex really can't do anything about it because it's not them that said they had to be in here. It's their investor. They have an investor now. Actually, kind of pretty much always had an investor, or they had an investor for a long time. But their investor basically they actually invest in Zanga games. And the investor said, well, you know, microtransactions work great for the Zanga Facebook games. They should work for this too. What the person doesn't realize, the investor didn't realize, is that Facebook games are free. Now, though I'm on free-to-play RuneScape, they do have a paid member service, so they don't really need them. And just some of the decisions by Jagex as of lately have been kind of poor. They implemented EOC far before it was ready, and they shouldn't have. Now, RuneScape 3, basically the graphics and interface update, it does look very promising. I've seen videos of it, and I will subscribe and become a member again shortly. Now, why don't I play 07scape? A lot of the other video makers on here have all moved back to 07scape. It is the golden age of RuneScape, and that is fan-flippin-tastic. Now, for me, like I said, at this current time, I want to play EOC, or a live game. The reason is because if we go to my skills, I still have goals I would like to reach on EOC, or the live game. I like the updates of live game. I like new content. The only content that EOC, or that the 07scape is going to see is the content that's been implemented into the game since 07scape. There's going to be nothing absolutely new. They're going to put, well, the jury's out on God Wars or not, but people are saying, they're going to put God Wars in there. Okay, God Wars has been in the game since, 2007. That's not new content. That is new old content. It's bright and shiny, but it's still old. And for me, that's just, I've been there, I've done that. I don't want to go back and do it again. I don't want to get my stats up for that. It's just not what I want. I don't have the time to invest into old school RuneScape to get all my stats up, and to be a serious player on old school RuneScape, you have to grind. I don't want to grind. I've got enough skills to grind on live game. I like the updates of live game, and that's all I'm really going to say about it. Will I ever post videos on EOCscape? I mean, on old school RS? Maybe. Maybe not. Will I post videos on EOCscape? Of course I will. RuneScape to me is this fantastic, always evolving game. And I don't get that with 07scape, and so I will not play 07scape as seriously, or if at all, like I play the current live game. Now, with that said, let's check on my limpworts and see if things are moving along here. Now, okay, here's a good thing. As you can see, I've hit a snag. Now, what that snag means is I'm stuck at 1360. Now, how do I figure out why I snagged? Well, what we have to do is we have to go in and we have to buy a limp port, because obviously the floor, the ceiling price has changed. So we go limp word root, click that, throw some price in there, click one, buy it, and okay, so ceiling price is still the same. So we're gonna sell, and hopefully I don't sell it back to myself again, because I feel fucking retarded. And we're gonna sell it, and yes, as you can see, the floor price has changed drastically. So what that means is right now I'm going to grab the few limp ports I actually was able to purchase. Sometimes this does happen. Just a good example, I wanted to show this. I'm going to grab the few limp ports I was able to purchase. I'm going to X out of that sale and get the rest of my cash back. And we're going to go sell. I'm going to click the limp ports right there. Now here's something really nice. Because we were able to buy them so low, that I can take these limp ports and I can actually offload them for the floor price. And it's, wait, it wasn't that, was it? It was 10, no, what is it? Hold on. 1006, 1020. So we can go 1020 and insta sell all of these, but let's try to make a little bit more profit, and we'll go 1025. I'll actually drop that down there, and we'll sell. Now those should sell relatively quickly, and so I mean that's the flip. If you didn't know what flipping is, now you do. You buy for as low as you can, you sell for as high as you can. That's flipping. As I was saying, there's a bunch of items you can flip on here. Look, I already sold 200 of them. And from this, I do expect, I think you just saw what I will make. So history, I bought that many for 1.3 mil, and exchange, go here, and I will sell them for 1.39. So I made roughly 60K from this. More eagle-eyed viewers will tell me exactly how much I made and will correct me in the comments. And as you can see, I already sold them all. Everything's sold. I just made a little bit more money. So that was flipping, and a very long-winded just rambling from me. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like it, subscribe, all of that lovely stuff that, you know, is great. And I hope you keep tuning in for more videos of me on other things. I will try to keep content flowing out that is relevant to my interests and to what I feel you guys, my viewers' interests are. If you would like to see anything from me, please leave it in the comment. I read all my comments, and I try to actually comment back on a lot of them. So with that, I will say have a good day, have fun, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.